bitch!
Yeah, the harsh reality is that Robeisy Ramirez quit in the 6th round. But can we please add some context to that?
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy Dr. PG NG Empraise. Gotta get money back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes sir, yes man. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man, so check this out. You know, we just saw the much anticipated, the highly anticipated fight that I was extremely excited for. You know, the rematch between Rafael Espinoza versus Robeisy Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? We had Mexico versus Cuba, a classic matchup, you know what I'm saying, in combat sports, particularly in the boxing realm, you know. But this fight was a little disappointing, if I do say so myself. It was exciting while it lasted, but the ending was not ideal, you know, and it became because Robeisy Ramirez had his eye injured, you know, and he, to be frank, he quit. You know, that's the harsh reality. The harsh reality is that he quit. But like I said in the intro, it's imperative that we add some context to that, right? Because, you know, his eye, you know, is very important, you know, for hand-eye coordination. And it's very important to punch on somebody else and protect yourself in boxing, you know. It's just so funny to me that, you know, people are going to kill him for quitting. And I will say rightfully so, because that's what we do in boxing, you know, as Daniel Dubois, right? Daniel Dubois' eye, who was much worse than what Robeisy's was, you know, against Joe Joyce. What did we say? We said that he quit. We killed him. Now, not me specifically, not me individually, not me myself. However, us as a boxing society, the general consensus was that he quit against Joe Joyce, you know, even though his eye was injured. And the doctor has even said that if he wouldn't have quit, you know, things like his sinuses could have messed up and he could have been permanently blind, you know, and lost vision in that eye permanently, you know. So it's very vital for somebody to take care of their well-being, you know. But at the same time, he did quit. But I will say this though, you know, if you're gonna say somebody like Daniel Dubois quit against Joe Joyce, then you have to say Robeisy Ramirez quit against Espinoza, and this one looked worse. However, you know, it's ridiculous for people to act like they can't understand and like they're questioning his heart and saying that he's not a warrior. Are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? The funny part about that is that any other sport, you know, if an injury happens and the athlete has to leave the game or be removed from the game, we don't call them quitters. It's only in combat sports, particularly in boxing, it's like when someone gets injured, then all of a sudden we lose all capability to have any inkling of compassion or sympathy, you know what I'm saying, or even empathy if you have happened to actually walk through shoes and compete, which you probably haven't. You know why? The reason why you're so dismissive of people's injuries is because you have no experience in a realm of competition, even at the lowest level. You know what I'm saying? You probably never even played sports in your middle school, you know. But what's even more comical is that the majority of people calling Robeisy Ramirez a quitter, calling Daniel Dubois a quitter. You know what's funny? You wouldn't even finish your shift at work if you had a stomach flu.
Nigga, you was a bitch!
If you had a little tummy ache, you'll call out of work. No one calls you a quitter, but every time you do that, you quit. Ah, that changes your perspective, huh? You know, that it changes your perspective just a little bit, huh? So these ladies and gentlemen that not only risking their lives, risking their health and fighting through injury, whether they hurt their hand, whether they hurt their leg, and they keep going, we should salute them. But when they have to, you know, stop fighting, we should not kill them and be overly critical, man. Robeisy's eye, you know, he said, man, he was seeing some double vision. Not only that, he also said that it was because of some elbows. Now, I don't blame Espinoza as far as doing it intentionally, but check out the footage. You can see clearly that Robeisy got hit with the elbow, and he even complained to the ref, and the ref didn't acknowledge it. Maybe he did see it. It was unbeknownst to him. I don't know, but he just didn't do anything about it. And so then when you got elbowed in your eye, which happened multiple times, then you get punched in your eye. Naturally, your eye is going to sustain some injuries, you know? So I don't want to label Robeisy as a quitter, but I understand the boxing, you know, the boxing community, you know, we're ridiculous. So we're going to call him a quitter, just like we call Daniel Dubois a quitter too, no matter the circumstances, you know what I'm saying? Which I think is very unfair and very ignorant of the people that are doing so, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Robeisy Ramirez. It was a very unfortunate and, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was a disappointing ending to their fight. I don't know if it'll happen again, but I also but I just don't want to be too harsh on Robeisy Ramirez. I also don't want to take anything from Espinoza either. You know, I don't think Espinoza was doing it intentionally, but just because you weren't doing it intentionally doesn't mean that it wasn't impactful. It was definitely impactful. We saw it, you know, especially on the replay. He complained about it. So, like I said, I don't know if this fight will be revisited for a trilogy. I won't be mad if it doesn't happen because I don't blame Espinoza for not engaging in a trilogy where he won the first two. But, you know, I would like to see it again if it happened, you know what I'm saying? But Espinoza does have bigger fish to fry, right? He could go for unifications at 126. Like I said, going into this fight, I had Espinoza winning. I think he's the best featherweight in the world right now, me personally, El Divino. But he even flirted with fighting the guy who was on the main event, you know, Navarrete at 130. So we'll see how it goes for him. Robeisy Ramirez, I think he's gonna have a tough time revitalizing his career, right? Because now he's 14-3. You know, he lost his first fight, his pro debut, and then he lost twice to Espinoza, so he's gonna have a tough time bouncing back. But I do think he's capable of it because I still think he's a formidable fighter, you know what I'm saying? And you never know how the fight would have went if there was an absence of elbows, if you will, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to be very clear on that, man. I don't think Robeisy's a quitter, but he did quit, you know. But I do think that it's very important, imperative, vital, essential to put some context behind why he quit. He quit because he potentially couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do your job if you can't see.
But nobody can see.
So
it'd be nice to see.
God damn it!
You know, I think that's a very critical aspect of performing well in anything, not just sports, but business or school or life. You know, say if you can't see, then that's a major hindrance. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Am I being too soft on the young man? You know, am I being ridiculously soft on Dubois? Because I've been known to not call these fighters quitters, you know, because I do think that there is a distinction between quitting because your opponent is just overwhelming you and getting the better of you, and quitting because you are injured. Those are two different things and they should not be conflated. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion on that. Y'all let me know what your opinion is in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Show some freaking compassion, little bitch. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.